based on some bronze builder and also how to build BFI and also BBI. But end of the day, I think it's very important for us to focus on the fundamental. And if let's say we focus enough and we act enough on our fundamental, the BFI and also the BBI eventually will come to you, right? But how to actually do that is actually a lot of field works, and how to build that field works, and how to, by focusing on the foundation, and eventually you get the BFI and BBI, which is the thing that I'm going to share in this short session. Okay, so the topic of this second session is actually 1000 PV, copy paste a very strong foundation. So why 1000 PV is actually, I still remember some years ago when our upline diamond, Mr. Yao, actually shared with me the plan. I still remember very clearly. 1000 PV is the one that actually make me think about this business. And I feel that if let's say everyone can do 1000 PV, right, I think the replication and also the copy paste can be very effective. And actually it is a very strong foundation, because if let's say you yourself first know how to do the 1000 PV, you are not afraid of any dilution in your group. But because of your strong and also your very solid field action, you will be able to outpace the dilution of some people who already sleep along the way, or people who didn't consume after that. Okay, that would be a very small percentage, right? So here, when we talk about 1000 PV, is actually equivalent to more than 6%, okay? Because we know 6% is 900 PV, but we don't talk about the bonus table, but we focus on 1000 PV. And why I say 1000 PV is definitely doable, even though for a person like me, like some years ago when Diamond shared with me, I feel like, wow, I don't even have customer yet, and then he already start to tell me about 1000 PV. And today I understand why he tell me so, and I hope able to deliver the same to you also, the message that actually 1000 PV is not asking you to immediately create it now. But if let's say you do nothing now, definitely it will not come. But if you know the importance of creating 1000 PV and you start taking your first step and your first action plan to make it happen, is definitely doable for everyone. Okay, why I said it's definitely doable, I will explain in the point below. So first of all, okay, your self-use, you must start first. Okay, you must have the self-use, and not only use one product, two product. Of course, at the start you will be introduced with 2 product when you join the when you join the business. But at the moment when you have decided want to build the business, you should be already a business owner. You should be a business builder. You should be a business leader. So if you are seeing yourself as a builder or a leader in the business, you can't be just using 2 product, okay? And all our product is not some very strange product. It's the household product. So you already using it one. So you just need to change at least, okay, 25 to become 100% user. So it can be your floor cleaner, it can be your dishwasher, everything add up. 25 product is so easy, right? Because Amway have more than 400 over product. You just have to use 25 to consider yourself 100%, and that actually gives you the first confidence to start sharing with people around you. Because with 2 product, trust me, you'll only be a user mindset. You will not become a builder or a leader in the business. Okay, so second, you have to know, once you try enough, then only you will know what is your favorite product and what is your focus area where you can position your branding. Okay, so for example, if you might be introduced to the business because you start to use the skincare, but maybe you are just using the skincare because you love artistry. But after that, later on, you are a fitness person, and then you discover that, wow, Nutrilite is so good and exercise is so good. And then that is when you will position yourself, that is your favorite product, and then that is your focus area whereby you will build wellness branding among your social media and your social group. Okay, so that is just one example. It can be vice versa, it can be other category also. But if you have tried not enough, you will not know how to position yourself. You will not have the favorite product. So when you don't have favorite product, you don't know how to share with people. You don't have the enthusiasm. You don't have the passion in you when you do the sharing. Okay. So number 3, build your VIP customer base. So this relates back to how to achieve that 1000 PV. So a lot of people might think, oh, 1000 PV, okay. I mean, some years ago when we don't have a Core Plus, right? When we heard of 1000 PV, there is some challenge, okay? But then it's still doable. But now with Core Plus, like, it's even more doable, okay? Because anyone that join you, they will be either become a ABO with APC, or they will become APC. Only these two possibility, and also the third possibility, of course, they reject that, they don't want to join anything. Okay, but we don't look at the third category. But if let's say the first or second category, either way, they will contribute to your this 1000 PV. So for people who join as ABO with APC, if they didn't continue to sponsor other ABO, they will be considered as your VIP base as well. They will be considered as your this 1000 PV base as well. So for me, with 20 people only, it's already very easy to achieve. Each person 200 ringgit, you already get 4,000 ringgit, already 1,000 PV there, and you already 6%. Okay, so if you think this way, I think it's very doable, right? But of course, this 20% will appear themselves. No, okay, it's based on our field work. You have to put the action, you have to do that name list, you have to do the first step to appointment with them, follow up with them, build them. But of course, it's a process, but is it worth it to do it? That is the question you need to ask yourself. If you know network is something that will last forever, you already know the answer. If you still don't understand the value of the business, then you will not take that first step. Okay, so now when you know how to do the 1000 PV, this is coming to the second part, whereby you remember just now when I said, if we sponsor ABO with the APC and they didn't continue to sponsor someone, they actually consider your base as that 1000 PV. But if let's say you have sponsored someone who also know how to proactively build and sponsor people, that will then become this second, third, and fourth circle in your group. And for those people that know how to sponsor people and they know how to refer people, they know how to recommend, they have their favorite products, those are the people that we want to follow up. Okay, you have to follow up these people and continue to help them to build the debt, help them to gain more income in the business, and then eventually you share with them how you achieve your own 1000 PV back then, and they can actually do the same thing. So if they know how to do the same thing, total of this is already 4000 PV. But can you actually start building your residual group already? You can already start building your residual group also. So this is just conservative additional 500 PV if you already have a 3-leg working closely to with you, and then you start building your residual group to build out your future 6 group, of course, because we want to target diamonds, right? And then you already have the 4500 PV, which is making you already a 15%. So when we say if you focus on the foundation work, right, eventually you will become the BBI, and also the BFI is automatic. It's because if you refer to this already fulfill the BBI and also BFI criteria, you already there. Okay, so if you ask me, back to the basic unit is actually to learn and to master 1000 PV. Okay, so the power of sharing and duplication at zero cost. This is something that I want to emphasize, because when you are helping these 3 group of friends to learn and also how to generate their 1000 PV, is at zero cost. Of course, there's a time cost, but I'm saying in cash term, you don't have to, it doesn't cost you anything to open up franchise and to help your friend success in the business. So that's the beauty of the power of duplication and sharing in this business. So second is actually, we tell ourselves this is actually a copycat business. So you will want yourself to do things right, and also you will want yourself to know how to actually build 1000 PV, and so that it can be copied effectively to your group, right? So it's not, some people might think, oh, I joined the business and then I just wait my downline to do. No such thing. To me, it's like, if you are 0, people that join will copy 0 also. If you are a person who have the capacity, they will copy whatever capacity that you have and add up with their own talent and also their efforts, then they can actually flourish even more. But if let's say you always 0 and just waiting others to do, then it doesn't actually give value to this business. So build trust. Okay, along the way, when we are at this 15% and we are striving to the 21%, right, we have to focus on building trust, relationship, and also teamwork. So work as closely as possible with people who give you the indication or signal that they want to success in this business. They want to have a change in their life. They want to have more choices in their life. Okay. So how to actually 21%? I think you already know the answer, which is helping these 3 friends to also replicate another 3 group of 1000 PV. You already have more than enough, which is 21%. Okay, this 3 group itself add up is already 12,000. Adding yourself is already 13,000. And then if still have the 50 PV that you built residually earlier, you already 13,500 PV, which is far more than 21% that you need. Okay, so at this stage, I think it's more on the lead by example, walk the talk, be the person that actually not only tell your team what to do, but you do what you need to do, and then they actually replicate the same. Still go back to the copycat concept, and then helping people live better, healthier life. So this is whereby you start to see the fruiting of the business, whereby the earlier effort, when you flashback to slide back, when you just want to fortify your 1000 PV, you might feel struggle, you might face a lot of rejection, but it will come to a stage where you already have a team like this, and then you can really feel that, wow, I'm really helping people live better and healthier life already, and whatever I'm doing now is actually compounding even faster and faster. And then for point number 3 is actually, I want to focus something which is other than monetary. Of course, this business is very rewarding. The bonus is definitely is solid, is there, and together with Corplus, Amway have treated us very well. But what I emphasize on top of monetary form is a legacy project. If we ask ourselves today, if we have a lot of money, then will you feel empty? Okay, a lot of people, when we look at rich, very, very rich people, some of the rich people, they might feel empty is because they do not have a so-called legacy project after they attain their wealth. But in Amway, right, while you are building along the way, you get the wealth that you need, but at the same time, you also building a legacy project. When we say legacy project, is a project whereby you can pass on, and also your values and also your spirit can be passed on to your future generation and also your future leaders in your group. Okay, so I think this is something that money cannot buy. Okay, so once you achieve your 21%, you will be focusing a lot to actually helping others to succeed in the business also, to become emerald, diamond, and also founder crown. Okay, so if let's say you are diamond and above, of course, together with you, your system, and a lot of the leaders that have been formed in your network in the future, I think now is really the time you can talk about focusing the life true values, right? So when we say life true values is something that you go for things that really you value, and you don't go for things that you compromise because you can't afford, not only in terms of monetary, but you can't afford in terms of time also. Okay, and secondly, slowly fulfilling the life dream. Okay, so you have, when you have when money and also time is not an issue, you will realize that a lot of the dreams that previously you have put aside, then you can now slowly start to fulfill it. And number 3, helping others to achieve the same. And good thing about this business is that it's not always you the only one can do. Anyone in your group can actually do the same. We have so many examples in real life that people that achieve diamond, their downline also achieve diamond. Okay, so there is true fairness in this business, true transparency, and it's just a matter of whether do you see this business as your own business. Okay, and lastly, when you reach this stage, right, the ultimate words that I like to use is we can finally be ourselves. When we can finally be ourselves, is that you can be your true self. If you are the person who don't like certain things, you can just show that you don't like this thing, and you don't have to really care how people see you when you don't like this thing. Okay, because a lot of time when in our current situation, probably we'll have a lot of concern. Or if let's say I say this bad thing, probably my boss will actually condemn me, my colleague will don't like me. So we are living in a life whereby we will afraid of a lot of how people look at us, a lot of perception. Of course, some people, they can just ignore, but eventually you are still living in that shell because you are confined by that limitations, right? because your source of income is limited by that. Your social circle is limited by that. You can't go beyond the existing one that you have. So that is why we are actually constraining ourselves. But your true self is the one that you can finally live to the fullest. You can actually advocate things that you think which is right, which is true, with your own very strong opinion. So I think that is also another thing that cannot be buy with money. Okay, so I just want to share the importance of this 1000 PV and how this 1000 PV can help us to actually build a very strong foundation and to automatic qualify ourselves as the BFI and also BBI. But just last but not least, before I end, just a quick recap is, in order for this 1000 PV to happen, it will not be automatic, okay? It will require the 4 basic that we always talk about. First, do your name list. If you have long time never revisit your name list, it's the time to do it now, because it's October, the second month of the fiscal year already. And if let's say you have not sponsored anyone since you joined the business, but you are so eager to build the business, you have to do your first sponsoring. You have to find the person that can work with you. Who is the one that will work with you, you will not know, because throughout my own experience, there's so many people, strangers, that even more supportive compared to the close one, and vice versa also. So you will not know. We don't judge, we don't fortune teller them, but we just keep on doing what we're supposed to do as the foundation work, and then keep doing appointment to do the STP, to show the demo. In order to create PV is always a pairing of STP and also demo, because to me, demo is the easiest way to sell. That's in my opinion. But of course, if let's say you are very good in promoting a product, you can do it so also in your social media. But demo is definitely a very strong tool for us to immediately close deal, because once you show a demo, people, even they don't buy, the impression is very strong. And then lastly, do a lot of follow-up and also follow through. But if I say the first step never happened, there's nothing for you to follow up. So follow-up will only happen once you kickstart the first 3 basic, okay, and then only you have the chance to follow through. So for example, this month, if the eSpring promotion is here, who to follow up for your eSpring prospect? If previously you have not built out any prospect, or you have not built out a name list, then you got nothing to follow up. So, but no worry, if even now you do not have all this is always very systematic, whereby you can start from name list again. And then when you do the name list, particularly match it to this month promotion, okay, you know, we have Neutralite good promotion, we have Access good promotion, we have Artistry very good promotion, eSpring also. So while you do the name list, you already can do at the side there the remark, okay, oh, this person might interested on weight loss, this person might interested on having a smoother skin, this person already moved house, maybe can share water filter, and so on. This is how you strategize. But if let's say the first step never happened, then 1000 PV will not happen. But if let's say you start the first step and continue doing this 4 basic consistently, persistently, trust me, 1000 PV is definitely for sure you will have 1000 PV. And then subsequently you just focus how to replicate and duplicate this 1000 PV. So if you need more insight and also more ideas and also some suggestions from us, do not be hesitate to reach out myself and Lynn. We are very happy to help.